Hello and welcome to Tech Talk with Focus 360. I am your host, your new host, Kelly Tracy, and today I'm bringing on our first guest of 2026, Miss Sara Kilburn. Yay!
Thanks for having me. I'm honored to be the first one of the year.
So for anyone listening, I'm sure people who are watching this video right now absolutely know who you are. But for anyone who doesn't know, how would you describe what you do at the Mark Group?
I started the Mark Group almost 5 years ago, and I'm really sort of a visionary and a storyteller for communities and companies, helping with brand identity and really, I help them craft the narrative early on whatever they're working on. So if that's a community or if they're doing a rebrand of their company, really help them establish kind of what that the root is of their vision and bring it to life. I work closely with all the different facets of the industry, and kind of create an A team to, if it's for a community, working with everyone from structural, civil, the engineers and all the designers, architecture, all the way through signage and sales, and working with them on making sure that that vision carries from inception all the way through delivery of the community. So if I'm working on a rebrand, it's the same thing, starting with really the vision up front and what that rebrand, or starting from scratch if you're creating a new company, making sure that that vision comes to life and is recognizable and reaching your audience, and sort of marketing and design and strategic visioning and all of that. So
I don't think anyone's going to be surprised by how many hats you wear. I
thanks.
mean, you have so many connections, you know so many people. It would just make sense that you in the industry would be someone who would be a connector of people because that is who you are in your social life too.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
anytime you spend that much sweat equity in one industry, you meet amazing people. And that's really the best part of all of this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love that. So the Mark Group is essentially everything from visioning to execution. You've worked across so many different types of developments. I know that we've spoken about that before.
Yeah.
What's the biggest shift that you're seeing in the buyers actually value in a community today?
That's a really good question. I think they're looking for hyper personalization, um, f- especially for sale product. They want a future-proof home. They want to buy from builders that are really innovative thinkers, that are, you know, um, integrating great tools for the home, that are, AI friendly. They also want to feel sort of a sense of ownership early on in the process. So, I mean, from the sales perspective, really creating a deeper connection, a personal connection with the buyers early on, I think is really important, and understanding what they value. A lot of them are really focused on, sustainability and wellness, and making sure that the community either has amenities that provide that, or that they at least align, whether that's, environmentally smart design or green tech or any of that. So I think that's one of the big focuses. And I think the buyers are a lot more savvy today than they used to be. So they go in with a lot of questions they're ready to find answers to.
Gosh, it's so true. I mean, you're selling to millennials. Yeah.
Guys,
And I like to think of us
use
as AI users and forward thinking and, all of those things.
yeah.
So I would love to talk about a beautiful community that you worked on with us at
Mhm.
Focus 360. So let's go back in time
Okay.
and let's talk about the Havens. I know that you get excited every time we talk about this.
Mhm.
You worked with Focus 360 prior to me being here to do
Yeah.
storytelling on this huge project.
Mhm.
What do you think made it feel different than other developments that you've worked on?
Wow, I think, well, first of all, I got to be a part of that project really early on, and really help with the visioning of that community. And it's very unique because, first of all, the three partners, they're who own and run this community all played a really important part in creating that vision with a winery, and it's inspired by the south of France, and so we got to name all the streets with French names based on wine regions in the south of France. And the wellness component, Dan Lee of Corman Lee, who's the home builder out there, really spent a long time learning a lot about the blue zones and lifelong learning and, environmental design and the importance of a wellness community. And they did a really good job carrying that through the community with green spaces and, yoga being offered out on the back knoll of the winery. These are the things that are really important to people these days. I mean, they want to make sure that they are buying into a community that aligns both physically and emotionally and environmentally with well-being, right? And so I think this community really offered a lot of that you don't see. And also, I mean, how many wineries do you know that are built into a community? So
No, but yes, please.
yes, please. I know, right? It's all part of
So,
it. Bar and yeah.
oh my gosh, I love that. I mean, I do live in Rancho Mission Viejo, so I can't complain. We have our hilltop
Yes.
bar and we have our pools and we have all of our things. But what a beautiful description you've given of this location. I would love to go see it in person at some point. If you were to reflect back, what would you be like most proud of on this project?
Oh gosh. I think we did a really good job creating the perfect A team. We got to work with Randy from Kovac Marketing, bless his heart, and the signage company with Fusion and strategic sales and marketing. I just think that all the players and of course, Focus 360, all coming together, I think everybody really got it. They really got the vision and we're excited to be a part of it. I mean, it's in the rolling hills of Bonsall. You feel like you've been in the south of France when you're out there, and just every part of it really touches all your senses. Then, of course, being across the street from the golf course, which is the Havens Country Club, and then building the aquatic center up there, and just the whole environment out there is all just really unique. And I think everybody got that, and we're really excited to be a part of it. And so every time we had meetings, people were just really energized and excited about it. Yeah.
It's such a gift when you have a project like that where all the pieces just come together and fit so seamlessly,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know?
Hmm.
Let's pivot here to buyer behavior because obviously with all of the hats that you've worn, you've experienced buyer behavior in so many different capacities and it changes. It's evolving
Hmm.
all the time.
All the
So
time. Yep.
how have you changed your sales or your marketing approach to suit the 2026 buyer?
I think with AI playing such a big part, especially in the last, 5 years, I think really creating a narrative early on in whatever you're doing. Again, I've worked in a multifamily and affordable housing and market rate, and then single family home building and community and country clubs. And so I think they are all very synonymous when it comes to the need for brand identity and what does their story tell. I think bringing their vision to life and being able to reach people and create that connection is so important, but it has to be something that is unique. I mean, you can always tell an AI generated, ad or a response if you a text or whatever. And so there's just this personal element that you can really connect with when you can tell people spent time on it and that is not AI generated.
Yeah.
I saw a post the other day about how in the next few years people will want to go back to the 90s where things were simpler and authentic. And, it just was just interesting reading that. And this is what, Z is talking about. And I don't know. It's a really interesting, I hate the word juxtaposition, but I'm going to actually use it right now of you know, it's a necessity for green tech and for sustainability and environmentally friendly communities. They want all of that, but they also want, I don't know, they want to be able to connect on a deeper level, which is totally the
I
antithesis
mean,
of
it seems
AI.
like the amenities speak to that as well. Like I know that for us in RMV, like the hilltop amenity is a big deal because it is actually
Yeah.
bringing people together that, and they have different facets of entertainment. They have shuffleboard, they have like a little
Yeah.
bowling pit, they have fire pits, all of these things that bring people together. So I totally see where you're talking about
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
2026.
It's all the walkable green spaces and to
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
emotionally connected where you
Yeah.
live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So let's talk ideal clients. It is Year of the Fire Horse.
Yes, it is.
We are in March 2026. I can't believe we're already in March. That's
I
crazy.
can't believe it either.
You already have so many new beginnings. You just got married. You had a beautiful wedding. You just
Thank
had your
you.
honeymoon. So let's talk about what Sara Kilburn and the Mark Group are looking for in 2026 from their clients. Like, tell me what your perfect builder client looks like. Who are they? What mindset do they bring to the table?
I think it's really important because we don't have a huge bandwidth to work with a ton of clients. We just want to work with really good humans, great people who have a need for vision or storytelling, maybe people who need to focus more on land deals and execution and need somebody to help tell the story or, you know, craft the vision for either their company or their new brand or their new product or their new community, and somebody who maybe is looking for someone with connections who, I mean, you can ask me to give three good landscape companies and I can call them right now. So that's the beauty of this industry and how close the BIA and NAOP and Crew and ULI and AGC, they're all really interconnected. So somebody that just needs somebody to help with whatever their needs are. I hate to say that I'm sort of a rainmaker, but I
No, it's
just
true.
I like to align their core values and what's important to them and what their needs are, and I can make that happen. So I don't know.
Yeah, agreed. You are
Yeah.
definitely the rainmaker. I mean, I've heard people call you that, so it
Thank
is warranted.
thank you.
So with everything that's happening in the market, where do you see the biggest opportunity for builders over the next few years?
You know, I think really a big opportunity for them is more adaptive flexibility, mixed use, multifunctional spaces. I think, with the hybrid model, it's hard to answer that question because I work in different market verticals. But if we're talking home building, I think there's a great opportunity to build smart, spend enough time with design early on in the phase, and really understand what the buyer's needs are, what their wants are, and by providing lifestyle questionnaires and really trying to understand, what people are looking for, what they value, making sure that all the digital AI tools are a part of the home, that you're touching on local amenities, and, you know, like I said, kind of building a future proof home that is flexible spaces that can be, office and, home office and, multi-generational living and, just flexible spaces like that.
Yeah,
I
I
think,
agree with that.
yeah.
I agree with that. So I'm going to reiterate what a superstar you've been in the
Oh,
industry.
thank
What
you.
is one lesson that you wish someone had shared with you before superstar Sarah that you would want to share with them just starting out in the home building industry?
I would say that when you stumble or you have a difficult situation, what can you pull out of that rather than sitting in it and, marinating in what's happened? Rather question why that's triggering for you, and what is that testing you about your values and how can you create from that, create opportunities from that. This market that we are in has been here before, and having gone through the recession and 2007 and COVID, and there's always going to be hurdles, and so how we can rise above it, and really the distinction between being attached and committed, of things happen and how do you rise above it and learn from it and grow and create inside of that. So that was kind of a long answer, but
No, it's great. I think the underlying key here is like resiliency.
it is. And pivot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
being able to
Just
just
pivot.
pivot when things, and I so agree with that because I do think there's so much to learn from an experience, of course, positive or negative. And honestly, like I just feel like there's so much gratitude in both
Yep.
situations. Like
Yep.
finding the gratitude can be so helpful to like pick yourself up and keep going.
Yeah. And just as important, gather as many mentors as you can. Your
Mm,
network is your net worth. It's cliche, but it is so true. I mean, the more leaders and the more people you have in your corner, the stronger you are. So, and this industry has that in spades. So,
do you have any mentors that you would like to shout out?
oh gosh, I have so many. CJ Amatrano was one of the first. She really took me under her wing when I got into the home building industry. Tara Ryan at Ryan Young Interiors. Also, I worked with under with both of them in the beginning of my career in this home building industry. Don Davidson. I mean, gosh, so many. Tom Perez. Gosh, I'd need an hour to list them all. But
Yeah, well, I'm sure those four people will appreciate hearing that because anyone
yeah,
who can be attributed to your success, I'm sure they would be just so
aw,
excited about.
yeah, thanks.
So that's it for the heavy hitter questions.
Okay,
Now we're going to do a little rapid fire. Let's see how you really feel off the cuff about things.
okay,
So, are you ready?
yes,
Coffee or tea?
coffee.
Hotel or Airbnb?
If it's a nice hotel, hotel.
Okay, agreed. Early mornings or late nights for creativity?
Oh, early mornings,
Yeah, same.
all day long.
Sidewalk or sidewalk or boardroom meeting?
Site walk.
Same. Big idea first or budget first?
Depends. 99% of the time, big idea first, but if you've got budget constraints before you start designing, it's in the realm of interior design, it's better to understand the budget constraints first, then you design within that. So,
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah,
And gut instinct or data to back it up?
gut instinct first,
I
then
knew you were going to say that.
data. And
My
data.
gut, my gut said you were going to say that.
Yes.
You are such a gut instinct girl. Is there anything else that you want to share today on the pod that I can open the forum up to you?
No, I mean, I'm just grateful to be a part of this and thank you for
Yeah.
and Focus 360 for all the years of this great working relationship. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's an
it's been
honor
a
to be
beautiful
here.
relationship for sure. And I know that Steve and Christy, the owners here at Focus 360, just adore you and they are so happy that they've been able to work on projects with you. You really are just such a bright light. I was so glad to see you wear yellow for this interview because it is truly who you are. So
Of
thank you again for joining me.
course.
And thank you for watching Tech Talk. If you'd like to see the full video, this is on YouTube or Vimeo, or you can watch clips on our LinkedIn page, Focus 360. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.